Oh, that is pretty.
So what do you think about taking some of those? So you had a lesson today.
Yeah.
Are you the type of guy that consciously takes swing thoughts onto the golf course in competition? Do you have to do that?
So
or So in South Africa they do load shedding. Now if you're from South Africa you're gonna know all about this and you're gonna know the pain. If you're not from South Africa and you don't know about this, essentially they shut off the power at certain times of the day. Recently it's got really bad and it went to level 6 and we are only on power for like 6 hours of the day, which makes editing videos around those time slots really hard. But we still managed to push it out. We're just going in on this out here to try and get this content up. But yeah, it's not ideal. Tomorrow is a big day with Ricky. Let's get some good content coming tomorrow.
Chocolate on my face.
There. Right.
Serious?
No, you're good, mate. You're good. Right, so we just played a 9-hole match, and that match is going to be coming on Sunday, which is going to be the day for the matches going forward. And that was a decent match, eh?
Yeah.
Give it away. But yeah, we're just going to play a couple of holes now and just talk about some serious golf stuff. While you're here in the video, I want to try and get some information out of you for the subscribers. So
Okay.
let's just freestyle it as we go. Let's just play a hole and then just talk about some random topics that might help.
Cool.
Down.
Let's do it. Oh, that is pretty. How do you hit it like that after lunch?
The hit.
Ew! Jeez, I carried the second. Oh my god. Oh, so close. Oh, thank God.
Ricky, so at the moment I'm obviously going for a bit of changes. You're going for a bit of changes, yeah. So
Always changing.
yeah, just making modifications.
Trying to get better, yeah. Always
Some-
gotta
some
tweak
like-
some stuff.
Yeah, I get quite a lot of comments from some of the people that say, stop worrying about your swing. But it's not quite as simple as that, is it? It's always like a process of like keeping it
Yeah, you
in
never.
check.
You want to find one swing that works for you and like understand what you have to do to use that swing the best you can. But I mean, you're never gonna swing it the same.
Yeah. Because
So
like the slightest feel can like lead to
Yeah.
the swing like changing the.
like me and my coach, well, my two coaches, got one in America I've been with a long time, and then I've just started with Doug Wood here. Basically, we know what I have to do for my swing to be the most efficient, but it's only going to be the best. I mean, it's only going to be perfect maybe once a month, and the other 29 days, gotta tweak my
manage it.
grip, tweak my alignment, tweak little
Yeah.
things to make it as close as possible to where I want it.
How far have you got?
143
143.
pitching wedge.
What are you working on at the moment?
So my main things that I work on is my grip. My grip gets a bit weak, so I'm always make sure it's more in my fingers at address. Kind of want to see 2.5 knuckles. My bad tendencies is I take the club too outside and I get long, so I'm always trying to get more inside and
Sort of
compact.
what I was doing as well.
So I always
Taking it outside,
try-
getting it long, and then get disconnected.
Yeah, you more went like this and then picked your arms up. I like going like this and then I get disconnected
Right.
and then get like that. Or I want to go more in, and I even like being a little across the line.
Yeah. But you feel like it keeps the club in front of you a bit more.
Yeah, and then I'm always thinking about swinging more right. My hips are very fast, and when your hips are fast, the club gets behind you. So if I'm always trying to swing more that way. Right.
So we've got 130, and I've already talked about some of the things I'm working on in the last video. So essentially, I was getting sort of like in here and then up. And then that's already disconnected, and then I drop it behind me and I get a bit stuck, and like the hips almost like move at a different pace. So what I'm trying to do is imagine the plane line running through the shaft and just take it back on that plane line, and it gets everything nicely connected and compact in there.
Guys, like in the olden days, the classical swings were more like in, and then you can just worry about turning.
Well, most of the olden day swingers like Ben Hogan, Sam Snead, they almost like got it deep and then came.
But a lot of guys,
over,
I mean, Max
over the
Homa,
plane.
Rory all swing like in and then.
And get it slightly like, if anything, just over.
Yeah, it's just so hard to go out. I mean, DJ's like a freak, so he can get there and then.
Yeah, yeah. DJ's probably not the man to copy.
Nah.
And a lot of people nowadays, they're like, oh, they see like DJ and a few people with a really bowed wrist, and they're like, oh, that means I gotta get it bowed. It's like, well, you're not like a freak athlete like DJ.
I tried getting bowed once. I hurt my wrist and couldn't play for 3 months.
Sort of left you in the dust there, mate, didn't I?
Oh, relax.
Now this is actually quite a bit of wind. Do you think this is a baby wedge or a 50?
How far?
It's 130, which is...
Nah, it's a gap wedge because...
Mate, I mean, my gap wedge number is 130.
Yeah, just fly to full one.
Okay.
Where's that?
That's good, just left of it. Yeah. Take that. It just feels like there's less going on.
Parts?
And...
Yeah, less moving parts.
I don't really, less moving parts. So I feel like when I get into that position, all I really have to do is just turn through, and my hips and my body all move. Obviously not at the same time, but they move in unison. They're
and if you mess up with like the positions you're at, it's just going to be like 1 or 2 degrees off instead of 3 or 4 degrees.
Yeah.
Off.
Before with driver, because it was like so quick early and then dropped, I almost felt like I had to wait for ages to actually time it for the first tournament. If I didn't, I could literally just hit it.
Everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere, right the world, or just a quick
Harry
snap.
Flower.
So what do you think about taking some of those, so you had a lesson today.
Yeah.
Are you the type of guy that consciously takes swing thoughts onto the golf course in competition? Do you have to do that?
So I always like having 2 swing thoughts. One I've had for the last 1.5 years. That one never changes. That swing thought is actually, I always try and focus on my club face, pointing to the ball as long as I can throughout my golf swing. So for me, that always keeps my face pretty square.
Yep.
So that's one swing thought that never changes. And then I always like having one more swing thought based on what I need to do to play good that week. So if I'm struggling with my path being too in out, my swing thought will be coming over it. If my path is more out to in, then I'll think about my path going more in.
So it's basically a little thought to keep you on a neutral.
So I always have one little thought that keeps me as most neutral as I can. So reading greens, very tough to do. I'm not the best at it, but I've definitely gotten better.
This one ripped.
Pretty much tried everything. I used to do aim point like James does now, but I wasn't very good at it. So for me, I like to plumb bob. I don't really know how to teach plumb bob, but someone taught me how to do it. It's where you use the shaft of the club, and then you find out which eye is dominant, and then you can kind of tell which way the slope is.
You get like a rough read.
Yeah, and then I like to look at grain. So you look which way the grass is growing on the green, and that'll also affect which way the putt turns, mostly by the cup. So if you come look at this cup, so a quick cheat would be, it's burnt out on the cup here, so that means the grain's going this way. So for me, this putt will be down grain, so it'll be a bit faster, and probably like the last 2 feet of it will go towards the grain. And then yeah, just kind of look with my eyes. Seeing about a cup and a half, and I always try to line my ball up to a certain point, and then just focus on starting the ball on that line. At the moment, I'm trying to get more arc in my putting stroke, so I used to go too much like this. Just like that.
Guess it works, eh? Yeah, so what I do is aim point. I've been doing aim point for the last 18 months. It's definitely improved my green reading a lot. I always used to struggle with, reading just through the eyes alone. It's just one of these processes which I feel like I get better at as I do it, so I can get instant feedback. So I get a putt, I can go, right, this is a 2% slope. You get instant feedback once you've hit the putt as to whether that was a 2% slope or is a 1.5 or a 3. So the more you do it, the better you're going to get
like progressively. So
Takes a lot of patience.
for this putt here, it's 25 foot. I'm getting 3 points. If it's a shorter putt, I'll get less points. If it's a longer putt, I'll get more. And roughly this is pretty much bang on a 1% slope the whole way. The grain is also off the left, so you've got to give it a tiny bit more. I'll get my distance, and this is a very quick explanation of aim point, but if you actually try to explain aim point, it'll probably take you about 20 minutes to go through it properly. So I know this is roughly around a foot outside the left edge, and then it's just all about pace.
Pop.
Just smashed it basically through the break. Sweet.
Right, it's 6 o'clock on Wednesday morning, just getting ready to go to practice round for the tournament this week. There's going to be lots more information coming. We're going to drip feed it in through this series to help you out. Hopefully some stuff you can take to help with your games. As it is, I need to get to this practice round. The next video is going to be the tournament. Probably bit the practice round today and then full into the tournament. I hope you enjoyed this, as always. And we'll see you on the next one for the actual round.